Hello, and thank you for joining me today at the Taubman Museum of Art. Today, we're taking a look at this work of art. And before we begin, I want you to just take a look and observe to see what you can see. What are we looking at? What colors have been used? What did the artist use to create this work of art? Do you notice anything in particular? So when we look at this work of art, we notice the artist has used a variety of shades of blue and white. And it appears that we're looking at perhaps a rolling ocean sea or a very disturbed lake after a storm. In fact, this work is called Seascape by the artist William de Leftwich Dodge. This was painted in 1920 and is oil on canvas. As we get closer, you'll notice that the artist used several brush strokes to create the texture in the waves and to create that sea foam or the bubbles that occur on top of the wave after the water has been churning. Then we see a little bit of sky in the background where he's used additional shades of blue with a little bit of purple mixed in as well. This work of art is part of the museum's exhibition Outside Eyes. And Outside Eyes is a unique exhibition in that it takes works from the museum's permanent collection and asks members from the community to give their viewpoints on the work of art or how it has inspired them. This particular work of art was commented on by Declan Guggenheimer, and Declan was a third grader at Big Island Elementary School in Bedford County. And in fact, his words are on the label next to the museum's work of art here. And in that label, he says, quote, "It reminds me of the beach, playing wave tag with Adeline this past summer at Kitty Hawk. When a big wave washes up, you run and try not to get touched by the water. Otherwise, you are out." Have you ever played wave tag at the beach? You would have to be dodging these waves if you were playing wave tag, because these waves look to be quite large and perhaps maybe just after or before a storm. William de Leftwich Dodge was born in Bedford, Virginia, and spent most of his childhood life abroad in Europe, where he studied painting in Paris and even Berlin. He would often paint en plein air, which means outside. So he would often be on site and observing his surroundings and then capturing those surroundings on canvas while there, instead of working from a photograph or a sketch. Perhaps you could go outside and observe your surroundings and see what you can capture on a canvas or sketchbook. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next time. Hi everyone, and thank you for joining me today at the Taubman Museum of Art. Today we are going to be creating some sculptures from plastic bags, and I'm actually going to feature my sculpture from something from the ocean and create a jellyfish. So why create sculptures with plastic bags? Well, if you happen to have plastic bags at home, it is a great idea to recycle your plastic bags into artwork. And what better way to bring attention to the environment than creating it with something that's recycled so that it doesn't harm your environment, right? So plastic bags are one of the worst things for our ocean. So instead of it getting thrown away and potentially ending up in the ocean, I'm going to use mine to create a piece of art. So I have two different types of bags here. It doesn't matter, whatever kind of plastic bag that you have, you can utilize. I'm going to use a sheet of paper, some glue. I'm using a glue stick, but you can use any glue of any kind that you happen to have, a small piece of yarn, and then some scissors. So what I'm going to do, since I have this lovely blue bag, I'm going to make this the top of my jellyfish. So I'm going to get a little bit of air into my bag there and make it kind of puffy like that. And I'm going to use my yarn to then tie that so that it will stay in place. All right. Then I'm going to just put a little bit of glue onto my paper where the head of my jellyfish is going to be. I'm just gonna stick that down there. Okay, very good. I'm gonna snip my excess yarn here. Very good. So now I have a puffy spot for my jellyfish head. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors and cut the rest of my plastic bag into strips to form my jellyfish tentacles. All right, so now my jellyfish has lots of really fun tentacles. And so to make it feel a little bit more alive, I'm gonna actually use my glue to spread out some of the tentacles to make it look like it's kind of propelling itself through the ocean. I'm gonna leave some of these kind of loosey-goosey, but my bottom ones I'm going to kind of glue down here and there. You're the artist, you get to choose. If you have a different color plastic bag and you want to add in some additional tentacles, you can definitely do that. And so there we have a fabulous plastic bag jellyfish. Fantastic. Well, I hope you enjoy creating your own plastic bag sculptures. What else could you make? Could you do an octopus and actually cut out 8 tentacles to go along with it? Would you just cut your bags into strips and create an ocean scene on a piece of paper? You can be as creative as you like and recycle your plastic bags into fun works of art. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.